Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you to my loyal subscribers who are here once more with me. Thank you to my new subscribers that have joined us. So guys, today's video, the long-awaited video. Today's video, guys, is gonna be about the Nclex exam. It's gonna be in two parts. This part of the video I will discuss the road to Nclex and my master study plan and how I schedule myself, how I align my studying and everything. And then the next video I'll tell you guys all about the Nclex tips and all that good stuff. So let's get into this video, guys. Let me give you guys a little backstory, like I said. So as you guys know, I'm an RN. I have a BSN. I migrated to the United States last year. I did not use a, what's that called? A recruitment agency. A lot of nurses are using recruitment agencies. That wasn't my story. I did have to get my credentials evaluated by evaluation company. I used CGFNS, which was recommended to me. They worked quite well. They were very quick with their evaluation, so I used them to have my credentials evaluated. That was even done before I left Jamaica. So anyhow, fast forward to now, the state where I live, I have to do a nursing jurisprudence exam before I am able to sit the Nclex exam. Different states have different policies governing them, different governing bodies for each state, so it's different everywhere you go. Anyhow, I did my nursing jurisprudence. I decided to tackle it on New Year's Day actually. I passed, and then I was notified that I'm able to test I paid for my Nclex exam, paid the fee. I paid, remember you have to pay the nursing body for your state, right? And you also have to pay Pearson VUE because they're actually the ones testing you. So paid those fees and everything, got my ATT letter, scheduled my date for my nursing Nclex exam, right? And then guess what? The big C that, you know, came around. So that halted everything, right? So everything was put to a stop at that point. I was told that everything is on hold. So then I had to wait like 2 more months after my actual date that I scheduled it. I was supposed to do it in March. So fast forward to April, I was told that they're resuming now with different rules. So at that time they had changed it to the minimum questions were now going to be 60 questions and the maximum amount of questions were now going to be 130. All right, so I was a bit nervous because I'm like, I'm not sure, even though it's less, it may be harder. I don't know what to expect, right? So I scheduled it for May now after I got pushed back. So I scheduled it for May, studied. But my mistake was when I was studying, I did not plan out my schedule efficiently. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't. I did not compact my studying, like compact it by systems. I was just all over the place. I don't know why I did that. And then, to be honest, when I was going to test at that time, I was just so nervous. Like, it's not that I don't know my content. I know my content. I've always been on the honor roll since the second year, the honor roll since my second year of university, going to my 4th. But in the 4th year, I was the only one on the honor roll, baby. Not to toot my horn, but toot toot, you know. But anyhow, I was so nervous. Anxiety was killing me. Listen, your girl started doing yoga, okay? Yoga. Child, I didn't even sleep the night before, right? Got up the morning, didn't make any breakfast, which bad idea, guys. Make sure you eat a good healthy meal, okay? Got up, didn't make nothing to eat before I left nor anything. Went, drove myself to the testing center. Nervous, shaking, all over the place. My mind was just all over the place. So anyhow, sat around the computer, right? Signed in everything. Sat around the computer, sweating out hell. Sweater, nervous. Child, my brain started jumbling the information like, ugh. And then guess what I did wrong? They had changed the time. It was initially the Nclex is 6 hours. They changed it to 5 hours. I sat down the entire 5 hours. I did not take a break. Wrong. Guys, get up. Take your break, okay? Take your break. I was so nervous. So for me, I just knew like, bruh, I'ma have to come back. You know, I know myself. So I'm like, okay. But I still tried my best, you know. But I just knew that I'm just too much all over the place. So of course, when I left, I was feeling so down, so sad. Husband called me, how was your exam? Bawling my eyes out, you know. Stressed. I have responsibilities. Nevertheless, so I was like, Jesus. Check the results, guys. Big ol' fail. I was like,
what is? What is? What is this? What is?
You guys know. Once you do nursing, you know. So I was like, alright. My husband's like, okay, you can do it again, right? So what are you crying about? Finished with that. So no, okay. Went ahead, paid my money again, because you have to pay again. Pay Pearson View again. Paid the board of nursing again. Then boom. Only to find out that my verification of my Jamaican nursing license, the licensure, was expired. I said, Jesus, Father, no. So I asked, how much is it to get it redone? Just one page, you know, guys, one single page. $200 US. I said, okay. Anyway, find it. Because of the big C again, they were like, okay, it was $150 for regular, $200 for expedited. Might as well you pay the expedited if you're trying to get something from Jamaica, okay? Pay the expedited. It was supposed to come in like a week or two. Sweetie, that turned into a month and a half, okay? Okay. Anyhow, the lady was so nice though, so I was very patient with her. The document ended up going the wrong place. Not mine alone. A whole heap of mix up with FedEx, my dear, when it was supposed to come. A heap of delay. I'm like, what the hell is this? Finally it reached like after a month and a half. Document come now, right? Okay. I have to wait 10 days for my board of nursing after they receive it to actually get some information. Wait the 10 days. They said I have to wait 15 days because of the big C. Okay, 15 days. 15 days, guys. Turn into 3 months. Okay? Okay. Lo and behold, they lost the document. Even though I could see who signed for it, who received it, document can't be found. So I'm like, okay, Lord, what is this? This is obviously a trial, because obviously you're gonna give me a testimony, because I know my Lord too well, okay? So I was like, okay, let me just be calm. You know, I bought a diffuser, burned my scented oils. Just calm, right? Nothing happens before the time. So I had to be the one to say to them, okay, is it that you lost the document? That's what they ended up telling me, that I'm gonna have to ask the persons back in Jamaica to email them a copy. Finally, the ATT letter came, and I was like, okay, like the end of August. I'm like, thank you, Jesus, thank you, Jesus. So the ATT letter came, and schedule the exam for October. So I was like, okay, kick in high gear now. So schedule, right? So I was like, okay. So I penciled out how many days I had to do the exam. So this is where I'm gonna show you guys some stuff now. So the first thing you want to do, guys, get a calendar or a planner, guys. You'll thank me later. So I went to the store, got one that I could write in the slots. I made, like, on this sheet of paper, 2 sheets of paper, I wrote out all the topics in the Saunders book, right? So I wrote out all the topics, all the pages that it ranges from. I'm gonna show you guys close up in a minute. All the pages that it ranges from, right? And I looked at URL and I looked what topics weren't covered on URL, and I put it on this as well. And this is what I use to write the topics that I'm going to study each day on my schedule, right? So let me show you guys a close-up. Okay, guys, this is my Saunders book. I use this book to study for my RNR back in Jamaica. And I also use this book to study for my Nclex exam. It's the 7th edition. I believe they're at 8 or 9 right now. These are all the chapters in the book, guys. These are all the chapters. So I wrote out these chapters on these sheets of paper. For example, I had child health, same thing as pediatric health, as you know. So I wrote out all the topics, and I wrote out all the topics and the corresponding pages. So after I wrote out my adult health, I did my maternal, newborn, my child health, my pharmacology, my mental health. These topics are in the Saunders, but they are not in the URL, so I made sure to write them down. And likewise, these random topics right here. I went through my fundamentals. These are my Saunders topics. UWorld has critical care concepts, Saunders doesn't, so I make sure to go over those as well. And remember, for each you write your page ranges. Okay, guys, with the reproductive system, you'll see that it ranges from page 291 to 298. So then I'll know that, okay, this topic is 7 pages. That's the method I use, guys. I do those calculations for all the topics for every system, guys, so make sure you do that. You're now gonna see how important it is for the next step that I'm gonna show you guys. So I was like, okay, how many days do I have until the next exam? I looked how many pages were in the Saunders book. Saunders has 1055 pages of study content. 1055 pages. So I said, okay, I divide 65 pages by the amount of days that I had to study. You don't want to stretch out your study time too long, and you don't want it too short. Also, I gave myself a month and a half to prepare the second time around. So I divide up the Saunders. So if it's, say it's 1065 pages and I had for example 60 days to study, I would divide that 1065 pages by 60 days, and then I'll get the average amount of pages that I should cover each day, right? So for me, I was reading at least 21 pages per day of the Saunders. That was my schedule for the day, 21 pages. And I also used the UWorld to study and practice questions. The UWorld QBank had, I think, 2,100 and something questions. And I divided that amount of questions by the same 60 days that I was going to be studying for. And I was averaging 50 questions per day. So I started studying based on the day that I got the ATT letter. I started studying on the 26th of August, right? So So on the planner, I write out the topics. Let me show you guys a little more in depth. So this is it. I write out all the topics, how many pages I'm gonna study per day, everything. I'm gonna show you guys in detail. Okay guys, so I'm showing you 1 month of the schedule that I made, right? This is September. So at the top, I'll have my goal. I'll write the number of pages that I'm supposed to read daily, and you will practice questions per day. For example, let me break it down for you guys. Adult health, I'll put the subject adult health. The topic I'm studying is the reproductive system and perioperative nursing care, which is a total of 21 pages. Reproductive system, where we had already discussed the page range 291 to 298, we already verified that's 7 pages. So I have here perioperative nursing care, page 215 to 229. So if you subtract that, you'll notice it's 14 pages. So for this day, I made sure to pair reproductive system, which is 7 pages, with perioperative nursing care, which is 14 pages, to give me the total number of pages, which is 21. And I'll make sure to go ahead with my 50 euro questions for the day. Some days, guys, for example, a day where I'm studying cardiovascular is a heavy topic. As you can see, it's 41 pages. So I'll split that topic in 2, right? And I make sure, because it's such a heavy topic, I give myself a breather in between that day, right? Because you don't want to cram. So I'll study half of my cardiovascular system on this day, and then on the following day I'll do these 2 topics, which are much easier, and then pick up back my cardiovascular on the 3rd day, right? So guys, you just would want to follow this guide and you'll be fine, and you do that for the days that you have. So that was what I did to create a master study schedule, so that I cover all the topics that I need to cover, revisit whatever areas I'm not strong on, like my strong points. My strong point isn't theories of development. Those aren't my strong points either. So I make sure that I zoom in on those areas. New notebook. I'm a writer. I have to write. It helps me to remember the information, retain it, and everything. That's basically how I did my master study schedule, guys. I will be going more in detail about the actual exam itself. I will be going more in detail about U World, in more detail about the study material that I use, everything that I use. So you want to stick around for that and tune into the next video. Thank you for the support. Remember to subscribe if you haven't yet done so, and let me know in the comments below what you guys think, what has worked for you, what hasn't worked. Whatever way I can help, just let me know. Bye guys.